Now you've had your drink, which means it's time for the Godfather Minute. My name is Alex Robinson.
My name's Andy Robinson.
Together, we are the Godfather Minute Brothers, here to talk about minute 121 of the Godfather.
E minuto. Numero. 121.
21. 121.
You got it.
Minuto numero 121.
Yeah.
Wow.
Magnifique. None?
C'est bon.
None? This is the most efficient intro we've ever done, right?
Yeah,
this is who we are.
We'll be done in like 5 minutes. It's just minute 121. Tom Hagen tells Don that Sonny was shot on the Causeway. Mm-hmm. The Don requests that no inquiries be made or acts of vengeance be committed.
Mm-hmm. My description of the summary is Hagen tells Don Corleone that they shot Sonny on the Causeway and that he is dead. Mm-hmm. I just used the dialogue, but made it the description.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The
newspapers might like a summary like that.
Yeah, it's a little like when you read the TV guide, and it would have a little summary of the episode.
Uh-huh. That's all we have, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's all that happens in this one.
Not really any big news. What do you rate it? 1, 2?
Well, one thing I thought was interesting is that he says, well, first I love the line about, "Oh, now you've had your drink."
Yeah,
I think that's a good line.
Yeah, you and I say that all the time.
Yeah, we do drink a lot.
Yeah.
So then he says they shot Sonny on the Causeway. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's Tom hedging his bets because he doesn't know whether it was Tattaglia, Varzini, or Cuneo or anyone. So he's just like, they shot Sonny on the Causeway.
If I use a masked subject pronoun, it cannot be proved later that I knew the identity of the shooters.
Masked identity pronoun. Is that really what it's called?
No, I just made that up. No.
You were.
It's a silent subject pronoun, Don Corleone. You'll have to decide.
Pop. Does he call him Pop in business situations?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
He doesn't call him Don Corleone.
I know when he's talking to very soon to Bonacera, when he calls him, he says, "You're Don."
Yeah, your Don needs the favor.
Yeah, he doesn't say your Godfather because he's not Bonacera's Godfather.
No.
Gosh, I don't know what he calls him. I don't know if we ever hear him referring to the Godfather in his presence.
Like calling him by name.
Yeah.
Well, to keep it in here. Well, I guess they don't really have any scenes, that many scenes together. This is really the only scene of just Tom and Tom and Don. Is it?
Oh, might be.
Oh no, there's I guess Sonny's in the part where he says talking about going to Los Angeles. And all that, so and then talking about the heroin.
Yeah, and Sollozzo he gives him the rundown on Sollozzo's resume.
Yeah,
Hagen's there or Santino's there.
What do you think of Bobby Duvall's acting in this?
I think it's great. His voice cracks when he says he's dead,
but it's not like Sonny it's not so over the top where he's like. He's not like, like really.
It's very convincing.
Yeah.
I think it's a very moving scene.
It is. Yeah.
Because Hagen says that. We haven't even talked about the Don's reaction. Mm-hmm. We did a little bit, but when he tells him that, Brando's performance here, I think, is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. He kind of turns his head and he just has that real deep breath of anguish.
Yeah.
I think you feel it.
Yeah. It's a bit of nice, subtle, quiet, quiet strength.
Yeah. Worse actor would have, go ahead, set me up. You're Hagen. And then I'll be Brand. I'll be a worse actor playing Don Corleone.
Okay. They shot Sonny on the Causeway. He's dead.
Look at what they did to my boy.
What am I gonna do? That was pretty good.
Yours is just as bad. They shot Sonny on the Causeway. He's dead.
Wait, what do you mean mine was just as bad?
I mean, that wasn't how Hagen delivered the news.
Oh, okay. You want me to get all actorly about it?
Yeah.
They shot Sonny on the Causeway.
To shoot Sonny or not to shoot? I can't. I meant to do it like, was it to be or not to be? Is that Hamlet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Hagen, right?
Yeah. Tom
Hamlet.
Tom Hamlet.
So,
Hagen. That'd be that should be the name of
the spinoff?
The dramatic interpretation of Godfather on Broadway. It'll just be called Hagen.
With an exclamation point. It's gotta have an exclamation point. It's gotta.
Because I've never seen Hamlet. Doesn't he come out with a skull? Isn't that the iconic picture? Mm-hmm. So what would Hagen be holding? Be like tomato from Don Corleone's garden.
Or oranges, I guess. Because oranges are the symbol of death in Godfather land.
To show cause or not to show cause, that will be the judge's question. That will be the judge's line of inquiry in the morning.
So the getting back to Brando for a second.
Yeah.
There was somebody said that all the Godfather's children, the three sons, basically are the Godfather's personalities split up into three. Michael is the cunning, strategist. Sonny is the hot-blooded, violent one, and Fredo is the one with the big heart who So this is almost like when he gets the news, it's almost like you can hear the parts of his brain like struggling to say who's going to like take control. How is he going to react to this thing? Like he doesn't break down in tears like Fredo. He doesn't start bawling, and he doesn't he's specific. I almost can picture like the Sonny part of his brain going like, we have to kill them. We have to wipe them all out. Hit them now while we got the muscle.
Yeah.
But then it's almost like the Michael part of his brain is just like, no, this has to get shut down. And so he's like, no acts of vengeance. And no, even though like part of him would love to do that. So I thought that was an interesting, you could see him like wrestling with it.
Yeah, that's great. That's an excellent analysis. You really see all three parts of him there. Because then the Fredo part is the grieving, the emotional one.
Yeah, that's when he's like, look at the massacre of my bullet. That's the Fredo part.
Yeah.
And, I guess he lost. We never really saw him being very Sonny-ish in this. I guess the closest was against the poor Khartoum.
Yeah. The people treated animals differently back then too.
That's true.
So, in the book, it's referenced earlier in the book. Puzo references how Don Corleone was a lot like Sonny when he was coming up in the world.
Yeah, it's easy to see when he was younger that he might have been more even 10 years. When was the
Luca Brasi contract thing?
That was 10 years before.
Yeah.
So then, even then, he was still clearly very hands-on with pulling a gun to someone's head.
Yeah,
which is surprising.
Either your brains or my cup of Sanka is going to be all over this contract. I hope it's not the Sanka, even though it's the greatest decaffeinated drink ever made.
Sanka, ask your local grocer.
That's where he first got the idea to get endorsed by Sanka, because he was making a joke. Either your brains or the Sanka's agreeing on the contract, and then he thinks, Sanka contract.
So, what else do you have for this minute?
I got some stuff from the book.
Oh, what's in the book? Is it different?
The book is different than the movie.
The book is different than the movie. The book is different than the movie. The book is different. The book is different. The book is different than the movie. Yeah.
Puzo writes, so this is when Hagen delivers the news. It's a little bit different. Hagen said quietly, I didn't tell Mama anything.
I didn't tell Mama anything.
I was trying to be a little more real. I was about to come up and wake you and tell you the news myself. In another moment, I would have come to waken you, Don Corleone said impassively. But you needed a drink first. Yes. You've had your drink, the Don said. You can tell me now. There was just the faintest hint of reproach for Hagen's weakness.
Yeah.
Because remember, Hagen was thinking earlier, I have to be strong. I can't for the Don's sake. And then Hagen says, "They shot Sonny on the Causeway. He's dead." Don Corleone blinked. For just the fraction of a second, the wall of his will disintegrated and the draining of his physical strength was plain on his face. Then he recovered. He clasped his hands in front of him on top of the desk and looked directly into Hagen's eyes. "Tell me everything that happened," he said. He held up one of his hands. "No, wait until Clemenza and Tessio arrive so you won't have to tell it again." It was only a few moments later that the two capo regimes were escorted into the room by a bodyguard. They saw that Don already knew. Yeah, it's a little bit different. So they saw that Don already knew. They embraced him as old comrades were permitted to do. They all had a drink of anisette.
Oh, just a drop.
Which Hagen poured them before he told them the story of that night. Don Corleone asked only one question at the end. "Is it certain my son is dead?"
Oh, that's a strange question.
Yeah.
Do you know why that is? Well, suddenly there was a knock at the door, and Sonny had crawled all the way from the Causeway to show up on the.
Like, oh, it's a Sicilian message. He's not dead. So Clemenza answered the question. "Yes," he said.
"I killed him. I put the final bullet between his eyes myself."
I went and did the job. I walked around the parking lot and did the job myself.
He really danced. He was pretty good.
I figured now that Paulie's gone, someone else would have to step in his shoes and betray the family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clemenza answered. "Yes," he said. "The bodyguards were of Santino's regime, but picked by me. I questioned them when they came to my house. They saw his body in the light of the toll house. He could not live with the wounds they saw. They placed their lives in forfeit for what they saw."
What does that mean?
He doesn't explain, but I think what that means is they placed their lives in forfeit for what they say.
Meaning like they swear by their life?
Yes. Yeah,
that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. I originally thought it was that they are forfeiting their lives because they let this happen to Santino.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were Santino's bodyguards.
Yeah.
Remember, they were racing to catch up with him.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. And the section, it continues on, but some of it spills into the next minute. Mm-hmm. But I will read this. Don Corleone accepted this final verdict without any sign of emotion except for a few moments of silence. Then he said, "None of you are to concern yourselves with this affair. None of you are to commit any acts of vengeance. None of you are to make any inquiries to track down the murderers of my son without my express command." And then he continues on, which spills into the next minute.
I think the way the movie does it is superior.
Yeah, I agree.
It's more of an emotional moment rather than a plot. That one seems more like a plot mechanics way of, oh, let's get everyone together so we can all tell the story and all. So why does he need Tom to tell the story to Tessio and the Cap and Clemenza if the bodyguards were there? I assume everything that Tom knows came from the two bodyguards who...
I guess he didn't know that. I guess the Don didn't know that when... I think the Don's perspective is he wants to be sure his capo regimes know everything.
Right.
Because the family's still under attack, too.
Yeah, that's true. For all they know, they could be on their way here now. He might not even be in the car.
Yeah. And it'd be great. The phone rings and...
it's Johnny Ola.
No, Don. Yeah, it's Johnny. He's like, "Oh, sorry, wrong number." Hey, Kay, while I'm there, can you transfer me to Fredo's room? His room.
I never met him.
His room. He's still a little kid living there. Fredo Corleone, one moment, please.
I bet he still has a bunk bed, Fredo.
It'd be great if the phone rang and Don Corleone says, wait a minute, let me pick up the phone. Hagen, don't tell a story. He picks it up and it's Carlo. It's
Carlo's
girlfriend. Mistress saying, "Hey, is Don Corleone there?" And he's like, "Who is this? Are you trying to start a fight between me and my wife? Get me to run out or get her to beat me? Wait, get me to beat her up? So wait, who would come and then get me? Who are you after?"
Wrong number. Yeah, that's all I have specifically for this minute.
I agree with you.
I do have a question.
Okay.
When he says, "Oh, no acts of vengeance," my question for you is: if I was shot in the Causeway, if I was shot in the Causeway, would you avenge my death?
So, knowing that this podcast is going to go out in the world and could be used in a court of law to prove I had knowledge of your attackers, then no, I absolutely would not avenge you. I'm sorry. I would not.
Maybe I'll ask you again in the bonus content, which only our Patreon supporters can hear.
Yeah.
So
and they're sworn to secrecy.
They are. That's omerta.
Yeah.
So some bit of trivia I got. Well, first of all, I insist that you avenge my death.
You insist.
I insist.
You shouldn't insist.
I insist that you avenge my death and that you not remarry. Those are the two things
Wait a minute.
So I was looking up our friend Marlon Brando since he's back now, and this is some good acting on his part.
Yeah.
And it turns out that the American Film Institute did a list of the greatest screen legends. And our friend Brando made the list.
When was this list made?
1999.
Okay.
So 20 years ago already.
Yeah, it's long. So newbies won't be in there.
No, in fact,
all those great new actors. What? What are you laughing at?
Just the way
I just don't know any.
The way you said it just sounded so.
Actors, yeah, I'm not dissing new actors. I'm old, so I don't know who they are.
So
you asking me to guess on the top 100? You said?
Well, I wrote down the list of the top 10.
Oh, okay.
They divided it up by men and women. So
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, Anthony Hopkins, Dustin Hoffman.
So far, you've gotten one right.
Oh, in the top 10, only one of those chumps is in there?
I'll do in the
Robin Williams.
top 25. There's only one guy who's still alive.
He's still alive?
Yep.
Top 25 and he's still alive. Of all those
news.
people I said, only that's even worse from my guessing. Well, Marlon Brando's got to be in the top 10.
Marlon Brando is number 4.
Okay. Wow. How far back does this go?
1999.
No, but how
the history of film.
So is Humphrey Bogart on the list?
Humphrey Bogart, sweetheart. He's the number one biggest star.
Whoa.
There you go. You picked it right out of that gate.
I'm a big Humphrey Bogart fan. I like it. But I'm surprised because he tends to play similar characters.
Well, it's not necessarily actors. It's the list of greatest screen legends, which is a little like you could use whatever criteria you want for that, you know.
I just know the names. Gregory Peck.
So wait, so you said you are I'm going to ask you also your opinion of the different actors. Like, so you said you like Humphrey Bogart.
Big
You've
Humphrey
seen
Bogart
fan. Humphrey Bogart movies.
Yeah, big Marlon Brando fan.
What's your favorite Humphrey Bogart film?
Treasure of the Sierra Madre.
Treasure of the Sierra Madre.
Yeah, see? Edward G. Robinson, is he on the list?
No.
Okay.
No relation.
Well, he looks for gold in the hills, and there's a great fight scene in Treasure of the Sierra Madre. It's very early on in the movie.
That's where he fights Rowdy Roddy Piper in like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, to have not.
Put on the damn glasses.
Key Largo is great. I love all his movies. Yeah, great.
Maltese Falcon. Casablanca. You know, a lot of titles with Spanish. A lot of movies with Spanish titles. Casablanca. Treasure de Sierra Madre.
Key Largo. Largo de Llaves.
Do I have not.
So who else is on there? Is Anthony Hopkins on there?
Anthony Hopkins? Nope. He's still alive.
What about not Ben Stiller, Ben
Nope.
Kingsley?
Ben Kingsley? No. Again, still alive.
So, so only one?
Only one of the top 25 is still alive.
So they're old school. Cary Grant. Gregory Peck.
Cary Grant, number 2.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever even seen a Cary Grant movie.
Oh, have you seen North by Northwest?
I have.
There you go. Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah. Who's the other guy?
Who do you think?
Jimmy Stewart.
Number 3.
Yeah, I was going to say
Jimmy
that.
Stewart. That's right.
I've never seen a
Jimmy Stewart movie.
I've never seen the famous one, the Christmas one.
It happened one night. No, It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah.
Have you seen any other ones?
I don't think so.
You haven't seen... he did some Hitchcock ones, too. He did Rope, Vertigo.
Oh, I saw Vertigo, yeah.
Okay.
Boy, I might be out.
You've definitely heard of all these guys.
The cowboy? Yeah, partner.
John Wayne. That would be a good one. No, not in the top 10. How about
Groucho Marx or any comedic actors on there?
There is at least one comedic actor, one silent comedic actor. Who's that? Who do you think that is?
Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin, see?
Yeah, see?
I'm Charlie Chaplin.
Wasn't he British?
He was British. I'm Charlie Chaplin, mate.
I'm Charlie Chaplin.
I'm Charlie.
Right.
Sure, you do a Cosby impression.
Top 10 list, mate.
Number 9. This actor was famous, probably mostly for his relationship with the famous actress Katharine Hepburn.
Howard Hughes?
Nope.
He wasn't an actor. Oh, he was. He was in movies. Or he made movies.
He made movies, yeah. Number 9, Spencer Tracy.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a couple. They're great.
I recently saw It's a Mad World, which he is in.
Does it really have that many Mads?
It's at least like 5. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were hamming it up.
No. In fact, the director said he actually thought about adding another Mad before the film was released and making it.
Gosh.
Definitely tells you a lot like what the film is like. Well,
that was the sequel. Was going to be 6 Mads. And 7.
You can't tell which you have to count all the Mads to see which one.
Who else you got?
Number 8 is a dirty rat. You dirty rat.
Oh, I've never seen the movie, but
I don't think I've ever seen a movie with him either.
That's the Southern Extravaganza movie, isn't it?
No.
Oh no, that's Frankly Scarlet. I don't give a damn. Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey.
Who?
I keep forgetting to say
that?
the name. James Cagney.
Oh, James Cagney.
James Cagney.
Is he on the list?
He is. That's number 8.
Oh, okay.
But the actor from Gone with the Wind is number 7.
I don't know.
Clark Gable. Number 6.
The Spencer Tracy movie I saw is it Bad News at Black Rock? I think it was great. Yeah.
Oh, what's it about? Is it a Western?
No, he's maybe a private detective, and he comes onto a case and uncovers this plot. It's great.
Number 6, Henry Fonda.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Have you seen anything with him in it?
I saw the third one in the trilogy, and it was like 14 Angry Men. Sorry, terrible.
Oh, didn't we see the...
that is Henry Fonda, right?
It is. We saw that... we saw Once Upon a Time in the West. Was that with Henry Fonda?
Oh, it was with Henry Fonda.
Was the killer in that.
Yeah. Oh, was what's his face in the top list too?
No,
the guy from Inherit the Wind, and also in Once Upon a Time in the West. What's his name? He was in Magnolia. He played Tom Cruise's dying father.
Jason Robards.
No, he's not on the
Jason
list.
Robards was in Inherit the Wind. Was he one of
he was the main.
He was
attorney,
Darrow,
maybe?
Clarence Darrow.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the protagonist, the attorney, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
The main attorney.
Yeah. Number 5 is Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire.
I don't think I've seen a Fred Astaire movie.
I saw 20 minutes of one about a month ago.
Oh yeah, what was it? Top Hat.
I don't know.
Was it a dancing one or
it was definitely a dancing one. He was acting and dancing, and he was a good actor for what it was. It was a lighthearted comedy.
Yeah.
During World War II. Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, Santa Claus. Other than Here Comes Santa Claus, I've never seen a Fred Astaire project. I wonder if how many of these? I wonder if they do this survey in like another 20 years. What the lineup will be like.
Wow. Yeah. Who do you think should be added?
It's tough to think of like.
Would you
like
put
Clint Eastwood?
Yeah. Would you put De Niro and Al Pacino and
I probably would.
Robert Redford, Dustin Hoffman?
It's funny because Robert Redford, I haven't seen too many Robert Redford movies, so I'm not that like.
Anthony Hopkins?
I don't know.
Ben Kingsley? The man was Gandhi, for Christ's sake.
Well, but I think the thing with Ben Kingsley, I don't know, maybe because he he disappears into roles really easily. That almost makes it harder to think of him as like a great actor because you don't think of like, oh, he played this character and this character. I don't know. You know what I mean?
He was Gandhi, for Christ's sake. I know what you're saying.
I've never seen Gandhi.
I know what you're saying. You've never seen Gandhi?
Never seen Gandhi. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I've never seen Gandhi.
Not in person.
Did you ever see
saw
Tootsie?
It years ago. Never saw Tootsie.
I saw Tootsie. I feel like you saw Tootsie, but you didn't.
I probably don't remember it. Yeah.
So-
Jane Fonda. Oh, we haven't done the girls yet.
Yeah, I didn't do the.
Okay,
There's
maybe
no
next
one from
time.
Godfather is in the top 25 of the ladies.
Talia Shire. Sylvester Stallone. Should he be in there? I know he's not considered strong, but I mean, look at Rocky. And can you just do one awesome movie, or do you have to do many to get in there?
I think to be qualified as a legend, you have to have at least like 3
Legend of the Screen, right?
Legend of the Silver Screen.
Yeah.
You have to have at least 3 knockouts. By my definition, what I consider a knockout.
Zaza?
Speaking of knockouts, you want to rate this minute?
Let's do it.
Oh, and you didn't ask, but Sidney. Oh, I did say Sidney Poitier is the only.
Oh no, you didn't.
He's the only living actor in the top 25.
Oh wow, okay.
And he seems a bit. I don't know. If you say Screen Legends, I guess he was the first African American actor to do all this stuff. But I don't feel like his like.
His roles were dynamic. I just
don't feel like other than Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which was which also had Spencer Tracy in it. I can't think of. I don't know. You know, he directed Stir Crazy.
Really?
Sidney Poitier directed Stir Crazy. Yeah, go figure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who was the other? Our father showed me the last. I don't know, about a year ago. He showed me a couple movies by. Is it Rod Steiger? Mm-hmm. Is that
he's an actor?
Rod Steiger.
Rod Steiger, huh?
Yeah, he's been in like not the Wild Bunch.
He was in On the Waterfront with Marlon Brando.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, is he on the list? Because he was in a lot of classics.
Like I said, I only wrote down the top 10. I didn't write down the rest of it, but you know what? We'll ask. We'll answer. So, you want to rate? You know what else we'll ask is, what do you rate this minute? Think about it. I think
I got it.
I don't think there's much to think about in this one.
Yeah.
All right. Are we all ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo!
Santino's. That'd be a very unexpected turn if he says they shot Sonny on the Causeway. He's dead. And Don sighs and he's like, yeah, all right. And they all start partying. That's why he's drinking and finally celebrating.
Finally, that jerk.
Finally, Fredo can take
jerk.
over. And Santino never would have allowed it, but now we can have Fredo take over.
Call Las Vegas. Call Mo in Vegas. Send Fredo home. I guess I'm training him to be assistant Don. Assistant Don.
Assistant to the Don.
All right, so I guess we'll be asking and answering about Rod Steiger. Let me write that down before I forget.
Mm-hmm. We're also going to talk about another person who recently died in the bonus content.
They died in the bonus content?
We're going to be covering it live. We're here live, said Howard Cosell. We're here live on the Causeway. Santino Corleone's supposed to show up any minute. It's a nice day, quiet on the Causeway. It's a Hyman Roth. Quiet on the
Beautiful skies. Partly cloudy.
Come on, give me your Howard Cosell. Come on.
Do Howard Cosell?
I did it, yeah.
This is how would go smell. That's how you do it, because that's all right, so I guess that'll wrap up this minute, and until next week. They shot Sonny on the Causeway. He's dead.